Welcome back to CountryLine TV. I'm Ashley Higginbotham in the studio with James Dupre.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for coming in today.
Absolutely.
So, a fun fact about you that I just love to hear about is that you were a former meteorology student.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, because I saw that you in the news about the how you can see the northern lights right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Incredible. Well, I've been on the road for the last 2 weeks, and I haven't paid attention to the weather news lately. And I heard that somebody saw it in Texas, and I was like, "There's no way." And then, sure enough, I was reading about it this morning. Yeah, and there's supposed to be another solar storm today that comes through, and might see it again tonight. I don't know.
That's wild. I didn't even know you could see it as south as Texas.
Me either. And I'm from Louisiana. I've never seen the Northern Lights before, so
yeah,
I'm actually excited. I'm gonna stay up late tonight.
I was gonna say, you're gonna try and see it tonight.
Yeah.
Nice. What made you pivot from meteorology to music?
Well, I was
and paramedic in between, right?
Well, so what happened was I was in school for meteorology, and I joined a band, and it ruined me for weather after that, so
Okay.
So I quit school and decided that I didn't want to move to Nashville right away because it was one of those, it didn't seem like a practical thing to do, and so I decided to start learning how to write songs better and just working on my music. And in the meantime, I became a paramedic to pay the bills, and the reason I chose that is because that's what my dad did for 35 years.
Okay, gotcha. You said you're from Louisiana. What part?
I'm from a little town called Bayou Chico, Louisiana.
Okay.
I live in Lafayette, Louisiana now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my best friend's husband lives there, or
Oh,
is
cool.
from there. So yeah, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
Nice. Now you are on tour right now with Randy Travis. So I read somewhere it's AI vocal bed. Is that what it? Talk to me. What is that?
Well, I didn't know what it was either. It was the first time it's ever been done on a commercially released song. So I guess I'm part of the history books.
Nice.
I was the first commercial bed or vocal bed on a commercially released song. And what that is essentially they built a AI model for Randy's voice, and they used a bunch of vocal tracks from 40 something of his songs, and they built this AI model, and then I sang the vocal line for the song, and then they processed my vocal line through the AI model, and it came out sounding like Randy.
That's incredible. Everybody talks about the scary things about AI. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and I didn't really know what to expect at first. I knew there would be a lot, some pushback, but if there is an example of a good way to use AI, this is it. Because he was fully involved in the whole process from the get-go. It's not like somebody's using or doing this without his permission. You know what I mean? So to me, that was all that mattered.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're on tour right now. Talk to me about, since his stroke, he's not really been able to perform. So what he's on the stage with you as you're performing, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's he's on the stage, him and his wife Mary, and it's his original band, and it's all of his big hits, and it's a concert, but it's also like watching a live documentary of his life and career, because there's a lot of video that's incorporated in the show, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a big, great celebration of his life and career.
Okay, yeah. How did this get started?
In 2019, let me back up. I met Randy and Mary in 2013. We were in a movie together called The Price, and it was just a few months before his stroke. And after that, we kind of kept in touch, and we did a few things here and there. But in 2019, they called me up one day, and Mary said, Randy, it's been 6 years since Randy's been on the road, and he misses his band. He wants to do what he's always done, and we would like you to come out and present his music and come on the road with us. And I was like, of course, count me in. It's what an honor, and it has been an honor. It's been a lot of fun.
That's so cool. Like, just to get a call and be like, hey, one of the greatest. he wants you to sing for him. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So I know that you're on tour with him. You're singing a lot of his songs, but you have your own album that just recently came out.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. It's all happening.
It's all happening. Yeah.
Talk to me about it.
Yeah, it's it was like 15 years in the making, because I had started working on this album when I first moved to Nashville, and it never got released, and for multiple reasons. It's the music business, but I didn't know if it would ever be released. And then Chris Lacey at Warner this year, she said we're gonna release that album, and 15 years. How often do you hear, it took 15 years to make an album?
I was just going to say that. That's a long time.
Yeah, but, I'm just so proud of it, and I'm excited that it's finally out.
Yeah. So you said it took over 15 years. So does that mean that, like, you had what songs, like, different songs have been, like, added and removed? Because I feel like over 15 years, a lot happens.
Well, it was pretty much done 15 years ago. It was all recorded, and, but it was remastered before we released it this year, but it was pretty much done. There's 2 songs that I wrote on there. There's 3 cover songs, and then the other songs were pitched to me from songwriters. And like I said, we had finished it up in 2010, and then I got a deal with Warner, and then it was just never released. And then I thought it would never be released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's gotta be a great feeling. So 15 years, are you going to be, like, do you sing any of your own things on this tour, or is it just strictly Randy?
I did whenever we first started, but we had added, the show started to just become too long, right about 2 hours or a little over 2 hours. And so when we added Randy's 2 new songs, we kind of had to take out some of the stuff. So I don't do any of my own music for this show, but yeah. Hopefully next year I'll be able to tour a lot more.
I was going to say, yeah. Are you wanting to tour just like with your own music?
Absolutely.
Nice. Okay, cool. Now I want you to imagine if little you were to walk into the room, what would you say to him, and what would he say to you?
I would say, look, little guy, just keep doing what you're doing. And yes, it does get better, and it's going to be incredible. It's going to be a heck of a ride. And I think he would probably say to me, "You got to be kidding me! You're on tour with Randy Travis? Are you kidding me right now?" That's probably what he would say.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. You said it's been a heck of a ride. It really has. You were a 4-chair turn contestant on The Voice. How is that feeling? Like, how did that happen? Like, all 4 turned in your... talk to me about that.
Yeah, I remember just, before my performance started, I kept telling myself, just don't even pay attention to the chairs, because if you do, or if one turns around, you might lose your mind and forget the lyrics of the song and totally screw the whole thing up. So I was trying to just keep that out of my mind, but it's just, they're right in front of you. It's hard. I was just... it was so overwhelming. I kind of blacked out most of the memory. But yeah, from what I do remember, the first 3 turned around almost right off the bat. And of course, Blake wanted to keep me in anticipation, and he waited till the very end before he turned around. But
yeah, you're like, okay.
it was an incredible time.
What made you pick the song that you chose?
Yeah, I did Let Her Cry by Hootie and the Blowfish. And that was just a song that I always loved, since the 90s when it first came out. And, it was a song that I was performing on a regular basis. And when they give you like a really long list of songs to choose from that are like approved or whatever, and it was on there. And I was like, I know I have that one, and
you knew that
thankfully I did it. Yeah.
You had your Opry debut back in 2023. Is that what it was?
September 23rd, or
nice.
Is that? I think that's right. Yeah. 2023. Yeah.
Okay, September 23, 2023. Nice.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
When you got that call, how was that? What did that feel like?
Yeah, anybody who comes to Nashville and wants to be a country singer, at least for me anyway, the goal is the top of the top is the Opry, for me. And you step into the circle, and it's just, you immediately think of the history and all of the people, the incredible talent that has stood in that same spot. And it just doesn't get any better than that. And I just remember having that feeling, when I went in there for sound check that day, I before I stepped into the circle, I just stood there and looked at it for like, I don't know, it felt like a minute, but just soaking it in, and then I just stepped right in and it's like, yeah, this is it,
Yeah, that's
This
gotta
is
be a
it.
magical moment. Just step up, be like, oh, here
Yeah.
I go.
Yep.
What I know that there's been so many amazing talent before you. Who would you love to do a song with? Who would you love to collab with?
Vince Gill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides Randy Travis, Vince Gill was another vocal hero of mine. I mean, before my voice changed when I was a little boy, I could sing right up there with Vince Gill. And then, of course, after my voice got deep, I was like, well, I think I'm going to try to see, I'm going to follow Randy Travis and see if what happens there. But yeah, Vince Gill, I mean, I don't need to tell you, I mean, what an incredible talent. And I mean, he tours with the Eagles now. I mean, of just one of many things that he does. Like, it's no big deal,
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to collaborate with him.
Okay. So you listened to him growing up?
Yes, very much.
Who else did you listen to?
Alan Jackson, a lot of those guys from the 90s, and then, of course, James Taylor, who just made his Opry debut. He was his finger picking and his songwriting and the way he sang was just a big influence on me as well.
Yeah. What does the rest of the year look like for you?
Well, we're finishing up the fall tour of the More Life tour with Randy. And after that, I'm just looking forward to spending some time, the holidays with family.
Nice. You're a big Christmas guy?
I love Christmas.
Yeah. You sing any Christmas songs?
I do. I'm actually planning to shoot 10 Christmas songs for social media to release next month and for the Christmas season. So, we'll see how that goes.
Be on the lookout for that.
Yes.
And then what about 2026? What does that look like for you?
Well, we're planning some more Randy Travis dates. Probably not as many as this year, at least as far as I know. But in between, I will be doing some of my own shows as well, and hopefully getting back in the studio.
Nice. Awesome. Where can people find you on social media?
I'm on all the platforms. James Dupre, look me up. And you can also go to jamesdupre.com and find links to my social media and music.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
It's great having you. James Dupre's album, It's All Happening, is out now. He's also on tour with Randy Travis. Check it out.